In the Street Fighter universe, we recognize that M. Bison is the most famous villain in the series. He is said to be the dictator of a deadly organization called Shadaloo. What does this organization do? How does it operate? Follow us as we uncover the hidden secrets and dive deep into the infrastructure of its operations within the Street Fighter universe. You will be surprised to find out the truth behind the Shadaloo. Let me welcome you to the Street Fighterverse. Originally called Shadow Law, the Shadaloo Syndicate is a very powerful crime organization that expands around the world with its operations. It is responsible for dealing with deadly biochemical drugs and arms. They are the present danger for humanity. Within the realms in the Street Fighter universe, the Shadaloo terrorist organization is managed by the evil dictator M. Bison. Bison is an archetypal villain, motivated by his own self-serving interests and lust for absolute power through world domination. He is a psychopathic dictator and terrorist who seeks to rule the world with an iron fist, while is also being universally regarded as the greatest and most powerful martial artist of all time, and will readily destroy anything or anyone who dares to stand between him and his shady goals. Possessing a vast ego and god complex, however, Bison is physically incapable of feeling empathy for others, and even takes pleasure in watching people suffer at his hands, never feeling a shred of regret or remorse for the numerous atrocities that he has committed. As the founder and leader of Shadaloo, M. Bison uses as many illegal methods as possible to achieve his destructive and barbaric goals, ranging from drug trafficking and arms dealing to terrorism and illegal human experimentation, and mental manipulation as well. As the head of Shadaloo, Bison has 3 of his highest minions that obey his every command. Balrog, the enforcer of Bison, a self-centered, hot-tempered, arrogant, and sadistic boxer, whose insatiable thirst for money and wealth led him to be one of Bison's right-hand men. Vega, Bison's personal assassin. Vega is vain, overconfident, and highly convinced of his own abilities, almost to the point of megalomania. He is also incredibly sadistic and takes great pleasure in seeing the ugly murdered, and preferably mutilated. He often has a stone-cold demeanor and does not show a wide range of emotions. His narcissism and disdain for anything lacking elegance causes him to clash with other Shadaloo members, such as Balrog, due to the latter's boorish nature. Sagat, former bodyguard of M. Bison. Sagat encompasses a stereotypical proud fighter personality, since he is very powerful and strong-willed, as well as hard-working. He is dedicated to the martial arts life in both body and spirit. According to various bios, his natural size drove him to become a powerful fighter. Sagat's uncommon physical appearance makes him menacing and downright unfriendly at first glance, which is true to a certain extent. Originally, Sagat was one of Bison's top enforcers, but left and excommunicated himself from Shadaloo and its activities after Bison tried to take advantage of his rivalry with Ryu by corrupting the latter with psycho power. Which brings us to Fang. Fang is incredibly eccentric and flamboyant, his frequent mannerisms usually consisting of odd movement and poses, much to the bemusement of others. Regardless, he is also a cold elitist and acts very condescending towards others, an example being his interactions with his own fellow assassin Vega and boxing enforcer Balrog, both of whom he considers incompetent and foolish. He runs the administrative operations of Shadaloo, second in command. They form what is called the 4 Heavenly Kings inside the Shadaloo organization. Capcom USA gave them the name Grand Masters in the release of Street Fighter II. The Shadaloo runs with multiple personnel that are in charge of different aspects of the organization. Sinon is one of the top scientists in Shadaloo, responsible for creating and displaying the first batch of new monitor cyborgs. Their mission was to record various fights that happened around the world. This would locate the strongest fighters for M. Bison to turn them into his slaves. They have been around since the first Street Fighter, where a cyborg watched Sagat and Ryu battle in the final. Sinon plays a very similar role to Zoltar, Bison's top henchman in Street Fighter II V, since they play almost the same role. The Dolls, or M. Bison Elite Guards, are teenage girls of around 16 years old, who were captured by Shadaloo and brainwashed to be M. Bison's assassins and bodyguards, as revealed by the story of the Udon Street Fighter comics. Cammy was a female clone of Bison. However, she was the same age and acted the same way as the others. The dolls are completely loyal to Bison and act and talk similarly to robots. They were high-ranking members in the Shadaloo, only lower than Bison and the other Grand Masters. The most noticeable dolls are Cammy, codename Killer Bee. Cammy White is a perfect clone of Bison's body, in a femme fatale way, where she was a soulless doll in constant training, sent only to the deadliest and most difficult of missions. Julie. She was assigned to track down Cammy. She was kidnapped by Shadaloo and brainwashed into an assassin. Junie. She was assigned to track down Ryu. DiCapri. Originally from Russia, DiCapri's appearance resembles Cammy with a black mask. Her face is burned on the left side. Except for Cammy, the dolls' names are based after the months of the year, in their home country's language, which are Enero, Fravier, Mars, April, Satsuki, Santamu, Chiayu, Jianyu, and Noemblu. Other members of the Shadaloo are the Shadaloo soldiers. The low-ranked Shadaloo soldiers are the lowest soldier class in the Shadaloo, a thankless job given varying tasks. Low-ranked Shadaloo soldiers use a uniform with shoulder armor similar to M. Bison's and a hat. While on duty, low-ranked soldiers are required to put on a helmet for protection, which possesses a psycho power receiver that can temporarily make their body tougher. The mid-ranked Shadaloo soldiers are stronger than the low-ranked soldiers, being promoted after passing a test. They mainly work on base security and often accompany the Four Kings in the operations on foreign countries. The high-ranked Shadaloo soldiers are the elite of the Shadaloo soldiers, very few being able to overcome the challenges required to reach the rank. These red soldiers are able to use psycho power instead of only being strengthened by it, but only when receiving the power from M. Bison. The Bison Troopers or Bison Shock Troops are characters from the 1994 Street Fighter movie. Shadaloo medical soldiers are the medical staff of Shadaloo, working on the medical room on the second floor of the research facility. Although they are doctors who manage the healthcare of other members, they can fight quite well. The Hell 3000 is a remotely controlled combat mech developed by Shadaloo. Other important staff are the research team, spy team, mechanic team, public relations, and cafeteria staff. This is part 1 of the origins and operatives of the Shadaloo organization. What did you like about the Shadaloo's story? Let us know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on new theories and info. Thank you for watching. This has been your Street Fighter host. Welcome to the center stage. Discord server. There you can talk with us, chat about current events going on in Street Fighter, information, theories, and lore. We'll leave the link in the description box below. We want to thank everyone for tuning in and becoming part of this Street Fighter community. We want to thank you for your positive comments towards our channel because it only habilitates us to grow even more. From the Street Fighterverse crew, we thank you.